Hey guys, what's going on? It's Moltrits. Thank you for viewing this video and welcome to my channel. Today we have some stuff to go over. So on Thanksgiving, Ion Hazzikostas released a blue post. He's aka the Watcher on the WoW forums. If you've seen game developer Watcher, you'll know who it is. He released that there was a soft cap or a bad luck protection in place for legendaries. Let me explain. So basically, as you went through Legion and you did materials that possibly could drop a legendary, examples, do your emissary caches for doing your, you get them for doing your world quest. If you did Mythic plus dungeons, that was a chance at them. And there were certain other things like rare bosses or elite bosses that you killed in the game had a chance of dropping legendaries too. And basically what this bad luck protection does, and I didn't realize that it was actually a thing until the developers actually said this is in place, is every time you completed one of those things, it basically checks off a mark saying, you did 1 out of 1,000, let's say. And as you got down the list of, let's say you do 100 out of 1,000, it starts increasing your odds of getting a legendary weapon or just a legendary piece in general. So let me recap. The more you did things and you did not get your legendary, the higher chance that the next time you did that thing, you'll get a legendary. So if you do emissaries every day and it's been 3 months and you haven't got a legendary, the bad luck protection program that's in place basically says that you're going to get a legendary very soon. And this was until, as of 2 days ago, up till 4 legendaries this program was in place. So for your first 4 legendaries, there was a guarantee that if you played repetitively over time, your chances would increase for a legendary. And a lot of high-end raiders, world first guilds, they've gotten 4 legendaries and thought it was really weird that all of a sudden, for all of their different characters, as soon as they hit 4 legendaries, they stop getting them. So people were thinking, well, is there a hard cap on legendaries? Do they just knock you off? Like, say you get 4 legendaries, then you're taken off the list and you can't get any more? People were freaking out. They didn't know what to do. A lot of the high-end elite guilds, after they got the 4 legendaries, and if it wasn't the 4 they wanted, they would either re-roll their character or they would delete their legendaries, thinking the game would read that they didn't have the 4 legendaries and it would increase their odds again. So Ion came out and he had a nice long blue post that I'm going to post the link to down in the description below. And he talked about that deleting your legendaries isn't going to help. There was this bad luck program in place up till 4, and they had the soft cap on 4, they called it. But now that's been removed and you have bad luck protection on theoretically all of the legendaries that you're going to get. So even if you have 4 or 5, there's still this program in place, so if you keep playing, you have increased odds of getting a legendary. Myself, I think the explanation they gave in the blue post, I don't know if it was the greatest explanation. Like, I understand what they're trying to say, but they said if it was left up to pure chance, and I'm just kind of hyperphrasing, I'm kind of semi-quoting here, I'm condensing. If it was left up to pure chance, there'd be players who played all the time and would have a bunch of legendaries, or there'd be the occasional player that basically never gets a chance because he's not doing said things all the time, which didn't really make any sense to me, because if you remove the soft cap on this bad protection or bad luck protection program, that's basically saying to people, if you continue playing, you are going to get the legendaries. So that's saying if you keep grinding and you have that time, you will get it. It's not so random as you think, it's just putting in the actual time to increase your odds that that legendary or one of the legendaries you're going after will drop from an emissary cache or from a Mythic 6+ weekly challenge chest or something of that nature. I have one legendary myself. It's the ring that increases mobility whenever you use a AoE or a impairing effect spell, and I happen to have incapacitating roar, so I stun the people for like 2 seconds with my roar, but it gives me a huge speed boost increase. So I really like my legendary. I heard that one's getting nerfed. I don't know the exact tunes that they're doing to that, if it's going to be like less of a speed increase or the speed increase isn't going to last as long. So they definitely went over the fact that they are going to tune legendaries. I'm going into the stats of legendaries now. I just want to get through the bad luck protection program first, because it was totally mind-blowing to me. Like I said before, I had no idea something like this was in place. So with my legendary, like I was saying, it has the speed increase as you go along, and it took me, well, I just got it last week, so it took me from the launch of Legion until 1 week ago to get that legendary, and I play about 3 hours a night. So basically my bad luck protection program did kick in, because I had 3 months of steady play, and finally the odds just kept gaining and gaining until I got that legendary. Going back to the stats though, Ion Hazzikostas and the other developers said they have a problem with primary stats versus secondary stats. They said when your primary stat is usually the highest on the item, like let's say if you need versatility, and it has a bunch of versatility, a lot of the times that item should be the item that you equipped because it has your main stat. But what's happening, they said, is there's a lot of items that have a decent item level, but the boost is within the secondary stats, and people need a certain item level just to get in certain groups, or you know, the prestige aspect of it. If you don't have 855 item level, you're not getting in our group. Well, he was saying that doesn't necessarily mean that you're a better player because you have that higher item level. It just means you went with the item that probably had your main stat on it. Now the problem arises with, he was saying, when you get a piece that's 10 item levels higher than your current one, but your current item has, let's say, a crap load of secondary stats, and that new one might have plus 50 of your primary stat, but you're losing, let's say, 150 to 200 of each of your secondaries. Even though that the new item is a higher item level, a lot of people will take that item level loss to keep their original piece that has loads of secondary stats. And he was saying this is a problem because when you get, let's say you have a 850 and you get an 860, you want to feel like that's a heck of an upgrade, or like it's a valuable upgrade. Like you're like, yes, I got this item that's 10 item levels higher, I'm happy that this happened. Not the fact that people are going, oh geez, I'm losing 140 mastery and 100 crit, but I'm gaining 85 versatility and 10 item levels. Then it doesn't seem like the item levels really mean anything because you're losing so much of the secondary stat. So they said they're going to go over, they're going to be tweaking in patches and hotfixes to come to try to balance out the secondary stats with the primary stats to make your primary stat more important, which it should be. It's called your primary stat. That's mainly the things I wanted to go over. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This has been Moltritz. I have other videos on my channel. I do gameplays of Overwatch and Legion. I do a lot of patch content videos. Wow, words are hard today. Patch content videos and things of this nature. Like these talks right here while I'm going over the stats of items and things like that. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up because I ran out of material to talk about. I just want to throw that off the top of my dome. I was happy that Ion came out on Thanksgiving to write that nice blue post. Usually when people are home with their families, like he's actually caring, because people were going on the forums and saying, I'm going to delete my legendaries. And he felt the need to go on there and be like, whoa, don't do that, guys. Don't overreact. It's this program. After 4, your chances don't increase over time, but we're going to change that, which apparently it already has changed. And they said in general, in patch 7.1, the legendary drop chance has increased just in general anyways, so people should be seeing an increased flow of legendaries coming their way. Alright guys, this has been Moltritz. Have a good day, thank you for watching this, and peace off.